Hi, John.
Hi.
Great to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, likewise.
So you're from PSS. Tell us a little bit about PSS.
Okay, PSS is a removals firm, personal shipping service. Been trading now for 30 years, and certainly been helping first-time migrants move abroad, making the big move. It's a big decision to decide what not to take.
Yeah.
But certainly we find that with ourselves anyway, that we are purely a specialist in international removals. We don't touch domestic, and I would say at least 80% of all our consignments go down south, whether it be Australia, New Zealand.
Okay.
So it's certainly been doing it for a while. Yeah,
You have, very established, which is always good,
Yes,
and reassuring as well.
Yes, definitely.
And you must have seen some interesting things being moved.
We've had some weird and wonderful things. Almost every second client asks us to move their kids or their pets in their container.
Really?
Yeah, I think they've just had enough of them. And surprisingly, a lot of them think that you can actually go on the container yourself, get a cheaper option.
Really?
But yeah, definitely. We've had anything from people trying to put their pets in the container to, as you can imagine, some weird and wonderful items. Yeah.
Wow, what's the most unusual item to be shipped, do you think?
Well, we've had just recently a Microlife, we've had boats, we've had a client recently try to get all their champagne across. I mean, you name it, anything you've come across. Yeah, there's quite a range of items.
Did he eventually get his champagne shipped over?
Yes, but unfortunately, it all turned to vinegar by the time it did arrive.
Really?
Yeah, because Australia is, as you can well imagine, one of the more difficult places to get goods into. Pretty strict on what can and cannot come, and he was quite surprised when he got the bill from customs. Yeah.
So, what type of services do you offer?
We offer a whole range, be it from a 4 or 5 bedroom place, a 20-foot container. So in other words, we come around day one, wrap the whole lot up for them. Container pulls up on day 2. They watch it get loaded, right up to a 40-foot container. It may even just be right down to one box. We have a lot of backpackers going out. Unfortunately, due to the recession, a lot of migrants are now going out with smaller consignments, hoping that just get settled abroad, and then at a later stage bring the rest of, and with the housing market being as stagnant as it is in the UK, a lot of people are struggling to sell their property, so they're leaving a lot of furniture behind. But we have seen a massive increase, though, in people sending their motor vehicles. Certainly a lot more. It's become more cost effective with the Australian dollar, not as, should I say, as favourable as what it used to be. A lot more clients are now also considering looking at the electrical appliances. During the migrant nowadays is certainly a lot more clued up thanks to the internet and all these forums and different options. That they become a lot more clued up in terms of what to take, what not to take. So, yeah.
Is it more cost effective to take less, or what is the situation?
Well, if you consider, certainly now, it's actually cheaper to ship effects abroad now than what it was 10 years ago.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. One box, a medium-sized box through to Australia 10 years ago was £165.
Okay.
We can do 3 for 120. So it certainly has come down. And if you think of a 20-foot container, that's a 3-bedroom house, like I said, everything going, you're only looking now at £4,000. So when you walk around your living room and you add up your LCD TV and your surround sound and the furniture, you certainly become more cost effective, definitely. So what we find is more and more clients are looking at their house and what they're taking and looking at how much it's going to cost to replace that full house. It's actually become more cost effective to actually ship the whole lot. And also we don't really have a big second-hand market in the UK. I've gone to clients where they've just left the furniture out in the garden for people to take.
Wow.
So whereas in Australia and New Zealand there is a bigger market for that, so we have found that they do take a lot more.
Okay. So would you have any specific advice for anybody who is going to migrate?
Do your research. Plan well ahead. I still get phone calls. After all these years, I've been doing the industry now 15 years, and we still get phone calls, people saying, oh, can you please come and collect next week?
What about pre-planning?
Exactly. So what we say, then go into google.au, go into New Zealand, google.nz, and do some virtual shopping. Plan well ahead. At least it gives you time to budget. You know, does this amount that I'm actually going to be spending warrant the items that I'm going to be sending? So what we do is we offer what we call a free home survey. So we would suggest that we do that about 6 months before they actually migrate. So we can go around there, walk around the house, be a little bit nosy, looking inside the cupboards and wardrobes and everything else, and just advise the clients on what items cost in Australia versus what it is to purchase out here. For example, there's no IKEA in New Zealand. So, you know, you may want to think, well, actually, maybe getting a couple of items here first, and then sending them across at a later date. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, right, okay. And in terms of your competition and everybody else who's doing what you're doing, why should people go with you?
The biggest reason is, besides the length of time that we've actually been in the industry, like I said earlier, we do not touch domestic moves. We do not touch Europe. We do not. So the guys, it's more about your packing crew, because at the end of the day, they the front line. They're the guys that are with the client, and their knowledge and their understanding of what the rules and regulations are for your destination. So, in other words, if we walked around the house and we saw a beautiful bouquet in a glass case, you know, I had one client send that recently, and they charged us $360 to have a gamma eradicated. So, but is it, you know, it's more about the knowledge and knowing the rules and regulations, and really the length of time that we've actually been dealing with Australia and New Zealand.
Okay, so where can people get in touch with you?
They can get us on email at sales@p-s-s.co.uk.
And the website?
Oh yes, definitely, www.pssremovals.com. And look forward to hearing from you.
Excellent, thank you very much. Great to meet you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.